NGO of the future needs to be agile, entrepreneurial, and digital. So we will try to give some tips and tricks on how to create a better, stronger, sustainable organization. A little bit about our organization and about us. If Jules, please. MZN is a social enterprise with many of its services currently subsidized, and we work with our partner NGOs to help them to be better funded, for them to operate better and deploy smarter strategies. My name is Hande. I'm a consultant with MZN International, and I've been working in international development for over 15 years. Either responsible for business development, contract, or stakeholder management, as well as managing NGOs throughout these 15 years. So let's kick it off. It is often a struggle to adapt to the changing environment for NGOs, and these struggles can be multi-layered. One of these layers is the funding, another is the programming, and also there are struggles with regards to people and organizational structures as well. If your organization is geared towards either grants or fundraising income, so you are financially dependent on grants and fundraising, and when you are built that way, then you have issues with regards to compliance, planning, implementation, and reporting. These are common restrictions where if your organization is built for fundraising. So the question we need to ask in such a scenario is, how can we work better with the finance and banking world to beat poverty? Or how can we differentiate the way we receive funding? How can we make our plans more flexible when required? And how do we get more unrestricted funding? If our struggle is with regards to the programming of the organization, then it is often the situation where key stakeholders tend to focus on the service users, beneficiaries, or the donors, or partner NGOs, and sometimes the supplier, which takes up a lot of our time and effort and decreases our focus when it comes to actual good that we are supposed to be doing, the actual implementation. The new available technology and tools allow us to have programming opportunities at a much faster pace. And then we can use the time adequately and efficiently as a result. So when we want to change our programming, some of the questions we might want to answer is, how can we best partner with companies on creating impact? This is impact both on our organization and our impact delivery. How can we move the decision power to the global south when the donors are located so much in the global north? And how can we partner with stakeholders for new technology solutions to make things more practical in practice? If our struggle is with regards to our people and organizational structure, it is always important to remember that the talent cannot be attracted and held in a bureaucratic or fixed employment model. More and more organizations are moving towards a digital and time freedom opportunities where productivity increases. Hierarchical organizations, as you can see, tend to have more turnover in terms of staff capacity. And more organizations are becoming demanding to become agile and reduced time models, especially since COVID has changed the way we think, the way we work. It has been a more common preference to have your work go around your life instead of the other way around. So, in such a scenario, the question we want to ask ourselves is how can we build an attractive employment proposition, and how can we refocus our existing talent? Is it possible at all to reorganize faster with less upheaval? And is this going to benefit the organization? So, moving on, um, it is easy to understand that many NGOs are in many ways not built to deliver maximum impact in all the areas they are active in. However, with constant change, it's difficult to envision a better organization in an uncertain future. If the organization requires to be changing, to be adapting to the new normal, then it is in due time, because otherwise it won't be able to keep up with the competition. So when the idea is not to restructure but to change into a better functioning system, then some of the ideas are come up as partnering with new organizations, uh, not just talking about localization but actually doing it, updating your current employment propositions, so giving more freedom and space to people you work with. Keep innovating, keep learning, and keep yourself up to date at all times, which involves reading and attending conferences, webinars, seminars when you have the opportunity. Have a more flexible organization design instead of a hierarchy. Where it makes sense, prefer to use digital options, and you will see that it brings up your time and efficiency more positively. And in terms of agility, adapt faster, learn faster, be aware of the change around you. So, what does this all mean? Um, One way or another, an agile NGO is less based on hierarchy and more on localized decision making and shared information. So we need to stop thinking about the way we are accustomed to the old fashioned, old school, traditional hierarchical structures to a more organic, more responsive, and a flexible structure. The notion of agile organizations are their ability to adapt quickly to change when necessary and being better equipped to respond to challenges. And I'm sure most of you have similar experiences. It is close to impossible to respond to challenges quickly if you are stuck in a hierarchical structure. So, why would your organization prefer to go agile? And a couple of reasons you can see here as well. And first of all, it is the better way to cope with all the change the world is in. It provides a better opportunity to be prepared for different scenarios. It gives you flexibility and adaptability. When you are an agile organization, then it makes sure that you prioritize data-led learning and accountability. So you do not have a top to bottom approach, but everyone is learning and everyone is accountable for their part in the game. Furthermore, it makes sure that your operating model has more impact because everyone is more involved. and it favors a trust-based culture instead of rules and regulations and hierarchy structure. Um, when you decide to become an agile organization, one thing you should also keep in mind that agile does not go with routine-based work. We have been working with organizations since 2011, and some lessons learned from those transformations are that when people change, that is mostly through leaders changing as well. The type of leaders you have, the behavior of the leaders affect the people in the organization. Agile management is based on trust, being a bit obsessed with data, and having transparency and enabling an environment for faster learning and adaptation. When the leaders internalize these patterns and these notions, then staff and donors follow suit. If you want to break the silo and bureaucracy within your organization, then the first step would come from building a platform that democratizes information and allows rapid new team formation without approval. So when you give incentive to your team members for them to think, create, and produce, then you will realize that they will be doing exactly that. And it is surprising how much time you save from those unrequired approval processes towards being more efficient and less burned out. One more lesson learned through the transformations over the last 12 years is you can go digital first and use this to measure, report, and learn. Also to have foresight. If a bot or AI can do it, let it do it. This can be setting meetings, financial dashboard creations, um, creating your timesheets, etc. If there's a possibility to use technology to assist your work, and then go ahead and use it. This might help you to find out who has a tendency to be burned out, or what the bottlenecks in your organizations are, and then it gives you the opportunity to make necessary changes. Yes. Another lesson learned is with regards to making work for people. So flexibility, because there is no one size fits all solution when it comes to our lives. Not all of us want to go back to the 9 till 6 or 8 till 5 kind of work environment, and therefore the digital or hybrid or remote working opportunities are becoming more and more popular for talent. Therefore, if your organization can do it, flexible working rules, allowing people to work at their own time with their own responsibility, less controlling but more result-based approach, you will bear the fruits quite soon. Another point with regards to the funding is when your funding follows innovative ideas and performance. So when your organization is changing, your perspective is changing, you will realize that the relationships and stakeholders are also changing. An example for that is from one of our NGO partners active in child rights support. They innovated and published their performance more, and when they were outspoken about their change, then other partners, donors became more interested in them. So moving on to giving a few examples. One with regards to centralizing data and another one with regards to income generation. Our example on data centrality comes from a large global NGO. And the key here is to learn, adapt, and invest in learning, invest in the change. Now this organization has a new strategy where they prioritize data collection, automated analysis, and learning within their teams, which leads to a new innovation cycle that works as the basis for continuous improvement. As a result, they have an automatic allocation of funds, which is available to invest in projects, and this is all based on data and group voting. So just using a different set of tools is helping them do their work much better and much faster. The example from an NGO based in the UK was with their problems with regards to being having a grant-based model which was too restrictive, and they were not able to generate enough unrestricted funds. What happened with them is they developed a digital run capture and business development model where everyone in the organization became an opportunity owner. So it was not just the BD team who was responsible for identifying opportunities, but when the opportunity ownership was organization wide, more and more opportunities came to be identified and resulted in a five-fold increase in bids in just 6 months. So, if we have to provide a quick summary, what would we say the 5 key pillars of going agile are? First of all, creating agile structures and systems so that you can adapt, scale, and localize your work. Second of all, the requirement for a digital work program that can help automate routine work, boost collaboration, and run analysis. Changing the funding mix is also effective in turning your organization agile because it also gives you flexibility. Forming new donor partnerships and boosting budgeting and forecasting capacity is a must when adapting to the future of the NGO world. Another important aspect is data, knowledge, access to knowledge, verifying your information. So, collecting, analyzing, having your insight, and using it as a foresight in your proposals, in your stakeholder management and donor search. And finally, as recently mentioned, make the work for people. Have flexible, clear arrangements, digital platforms which allows people to work from anywhere, anytime, and give people the flexibility to be more productive than just adhering to given time slots. We have gathered a bit of an appendix based on lessons learned from agile transformation. So I would like to quickly go over them before we move on to the Q&A part. First of all, we need to understand that going agile does not mean dissolving structures. It's not about breaking everything down and starting a perfectly strange organization. It's important to note that trust and data transparency are mutually reinforcing and they complement one another. When your organization becomes agile, you will realize that agile organizations try more and do more different things, more creative things. So, let your organization do that. Data, access to information, understanding that information is key, and allowing people to have a platform-based work allows them where they can work, when they can work, makes it easier to adapt. Are the slides still available? Jules?
I'm so sorry. Can you see the screen? I think my internet
Yes.
just cut out.
Yeah, now it's back.
Sorry, everybody.
We can move on to the next slide. Yeah, making operations agile is a good start, but it does not finish there. It is an ongoing process of behavior change, learning to adapt. Moving on, 3 examples of agile operations, again, with regards to human resources, programs, and finance and budget management. Initially, an agile organization needs to empower its employees to make hiring and firing decisions and forming teams where and when needed without top to down management, without waiting for authorization. So people being able to team up with one another in order to implement a project or implement an activity, allowing cross-department collaboration, and this helps more and more collaboration within the organization, and allowing for a much stronger analysis when you give the team members the space for them to think and to create. In terms of examples, when it comes to programs, using the value to respond to opportunities and possible changes is an important factor, and also allowing the development to occur in parallel with delivery. So do not put your focus solely on delivery or solely on development of your organization, but allow them to run in parallel with each other. One of the key aspects for all stages is allowing for stakeholder engagement. So make them part of your program, just not simply leaving them as the donor organization who receives reports every now and then, but make them see the change happening as well. With regards to finance and budget management, agile organizations have a better budget control thanks to the operational freedom. And they embrace decolonization and help the decentralization of decision making. It drives owner management mentality over income generation, and it's easier for them to operate through a global digital platform built for collaboration. If we have to compare agile management versus waterfall management, and take them from theory to practice, you can see, I think, in the next slide, one more. Yes, thank you. Agile management and waterfall management have differences on a number of factors. Clearly, the project ownership, the style of working, all the planning phases of the project and approach and delivering implementation, as well as how change is handled. So when we are the way we are used to in the waterfall management is where the project manager is considered as the owner of the project, whereas in agile management, this ownership is shared equally between the team members and its associated stakeholders. So in another sense, you are increasing the ownership of the project within your organization and among your stakeholders, and creating more ownership as a result. When in the waterfall management, we are looking at a hierarchy through implementation, and this is a direction coming from top management. In agile management, we have more of a free flow of communication, and everyone is at ease when it comes to expressing their ideas. As Jules said, these slides will be shared, so you can have more time at ease when going through the appendix. And please feel free to reach out in case you would like to talk more about the different types of management. Jules, back to you with updates on what's happening with MZN.
Thanks, Hande. Thank you for the great webinar. So as most of you should know by now, we have started our in-person training courses again. Of course, COVID stopped all of these training courses, and we are very excited with all of our training courses. Quite a few are fully subscribed already. And we have a few more places left for winning proposals in February in Amsterdam. Just 5 more left on that course. Then there's in Dubai, other courses, the right winning proposals. In London on the 14th and 15th, we're doing a slightly shorter course on NGO financial sustainability. Please do register. I think there's maybe 3 spaces left on that course.
Is
and
that
we would
the one in London?
Yes, just in 4 weeks. So we would love to see you there. It's in central London. Please do take a look at our website. You'll see the link at the bottom, /training-courses. We will have the new dates for 2024 up on the 1st of November. So yes, we look forward to learning with you, and we hope that you will sign up for our training courses. We also offer customized training courses for your organization, where MZN's team can come to you and we can do specific modules for you. So we can almost make up a brand new training course for your organization.
We have a question from Nicolette with regards to the training courses. She's asking whether these are available virtually. So the ones you see at the moment are in-class or training courses, but we do provide online or virtual tailored trainings as well, depending on the specific requirement of organizations.
Great, thank you, Hande. And then just as our last slide, as you know, we have 2.5 more months left in this year, and we have about 4 more webinars. So please do sign up for our last webinars. You can also find these on our website, but the next one up is 5 ways to build and lead an NGO in the new normal, and how to manage yourself better, and then how to partner with a corporate business. So we look forward to seeing you at these webinars. Are there any questions? If you have any questions, please do pop them into the Q&A. At the moment, I don't see any questions. We'll just give 1 more minute for any questions. Otherwise, I think Hande has covered a lot of information in this webinar, and we hope that it has benefited you.
I hope everyone has found at least one thing to take home from today's session. And Melanie has asked in the chat whether they can get the link to the recording. Both the slides and the recording will be shared following the webinar. Thank you, Nicolette. So if there are no other questions, let's not take any more of our participants' time.
Yep.
And please feel free to reach out afterwards if fresh questions pop up.
Great. Thank you again, Hande. Thank you to everyone for joining us. We
Pleasure.
look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye.